people, this is Matt Gaming here again today, bringing episode 25 of my Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Road to Master Prestige series. And yeah, let's play some free-for-all again, guys. It's double weapon XP weekend. I told you I was going to tell you my Grade 8 Toronto trip in two parts, which I did. I told you about the... Oh, quick scope there. I told you about the part getting confiscated and that, and then I told you I was going to tell you about the whole week. I may tell in a three-part if I don't get it through the whole video, but I'm going to start here. Day 1, we make it to Niagara Falls. It was Niagara Falls and Toronto trip. Day 1, we were going to Niagara Falls. We'd stay at Niagara Falls and do some stuff in Niagara Falls in day 1. So we got there, we met our tour guides, two pretty nice tour guides, and then got on our scheduled buses or whatever, the buses we were supposed to be on. And we made our way in from Toronto to Niagara Falls. So then we stopped at this little place for lunch. It was a good place because everybody could choose what they basically wanted to eat. And yeah, so that's where we stopped first. And then after lunch, we went for a ride to... I believe it was the Maid of the Mist. We did the Maid of the Mist, which was actually pretty fun. We had to go down an elevator part, and then we had to walk all the way down one part to get on the boat. We went on Maid of the Mist. I took a couple of videos there while we were there. And then after Maid of the Mist, we made our way to a thing they do. There's a jet boat thing in Niagara Falls. So we all did that, and we all went in our separate jet boats or whatever. And luckily, I went in the 4th row because the first 3 rows you get completely soaked. It was fun, but I don't think I'll do it again because it's like so much water you're getting in your face. It's not even funny. Like, at one point I was like, holy shoot. Just so much water here. So we went down there, down the rapids. They told us little stories down the way, and they do little spin moves. Little tricks, get us going and excited, and then we finally got down to, I believe it was stage 3 or 4 rapids. The driver was splashing us in the face with water. He'd go and then he'd like dip in, so then we get the water right in our faces. It's literally like, probably like 2 garbage cans full of water. I'd say that's what it's like getting in your face. So every time I like close my eyes and like cover my nose because I didn't want to take in all that water. It was like so much water coming out of your face. Like, don't get me wrong, it was fun. It was so much water. Afterwards, I was completely soaked. But it was a hot day, and it did cool me down, so I had fun there. If you guys don't know Niagara Falls, they have, like, wax museums and stuff like that on this one street. I forget what it's called. And we did a bunch of stuff there. First, we went there, looked around, and did what we wanted to do. I did Legoland, or a Lego place, and then a train's going around, and... yeah, I went in there, I went in a couple other places around there, and then afterwards we went to a tropical cafe there for supper. I had myself a burger or whatever. And then once we were done there, we headed to the Nightmare Spear Factory, which I did not go in because I was too chicken to go in. Now, I kind of regret not going in, but you know what? It's too late now. Oh! Oh, get quick scoped on, buddy. That was pretty much day 1 of the Grade 8 Toronto trip, and we went to our hotel and went to sleep in the Great Wolf Lodge hotel. It's kind of like a kid's hotel, but pretty neat. Yeah, and then day 2 we woke up. We had breakfast down at the Great Wolf Lodge. I had some waffles and stuff like that. We had a choice of what we wanted to eat. It was like a buffet or whatever. Then we went back to our rooms and that, and they told us we could do one of 2 things. We could either go to the arcade down there, or we could go to the water park. Most people went to the water park, but there was a couple of us that went to the arcade, and I was one of those persons that went to the arcade. And yeah, I had fun at the arcade, and the one arcade game I played like 4 or 5 times. It was like Pirate Spinning Wheel or whatever, and the one when like it was like a bonus or 1,000 tickets, I think it was. So I spinned it after like the 3rd or 4th or maybe 5th time. I finally got 1,000 tickets. It was just ringing up. And then basically what I did with those tickets, I put in like this little box machine they had, and then I'd swipe my card, and then it would tell me how many tickets I have on my card. And yeah, that's how it worked. You swipe your card to play the games. It wasn't a very big arcade, but needless to say, it was pretty fun. And then after doing that for all morning, in the afternoon, we headed to Marineland. Yeah, they had a dolphin show. There was like dolphins and walruses and stuff like that. And then we went and looked around at the dolphins, killer whales, beluga whales, seals. Basically looked around the whole place and got some ice cream. And then after that, after we were there all afternoon, we headed to a place called, it was an Italian restaurant, I believe. It was called Mario's or whatever. Shit we had there for supper. I had chicken parmesan. We picked our meals ahead of time before the trip, and that was one of the meals I picked to eat, was the chicken parmesan. Really good looking restaurant. Good food, honestly. Tell you the truth. And yeah, so after we went there, we then headed to the Rogers Center to go and watch a Blue Jays game. We went and watched the Blue Jays play. They played against the Tampa Bay Rays. Pretty fun, even though we were up like really high in the nosebleeding section. But for nosebleeding section for a baseball game, that's not that bad. Watching the baseball game, Blue Jays, Jose Bautista, and this was a time when Lowry still played for Toronto. Obviously he doesn't anymore, because Donaldson is there now, and trade there, and yeah. Watching there, Jose Bautista getting some home runs. They showed all the classes from grade 8 that were there. They showed them up on the Jumbotron or whatever. I don't think they showed us, though, because we were up in an awkward place, so the camera couldn't really get there, I don't think. So yeah, we did that. And there was one funny part. We're watching the Blue Jay games. I think it was like halfway or more near the end. This guy was like, "Oh, you suck," or whatever, and my one friend like recorded it. He said something funny. He was actually sitting right behind us. And he just continued to say whatever he was saying. I don't know what he's trying to get at, but I wish I would have recorded it myself. My friend got it, I didn't. That was day 2 of the Toronto trip. And then came around, we went to the hotel. Well, this time we were not in Great Falls Lodge, we were back in Toronto. We stayed at the Holiday Inn for the next couple of days. And so we went back to the Holiday Inn, go to bed, and yeah, and then when day 3 came along, we had to dress up, so I dressed up nice in a little dress shirt and cargo pants and whatever, because we were going to this building or whatever, more of like a parliament place we had to go. Oh, no scope there. Parliament place we had to go to and look around at or whatever. They show us, I mean, Sarah Campbell, our MPP from Kenora, she had an office there. Obviously, anyways, we went through there. It was a little boring, whatever. And then afterwards, we went to the Toronto Zoo. We were there all afternoon, or more so in the morning to early afternoon or so. And yeah, we went there. Didn't really eat any lunch there, I don't think. I remember eating like snow cones and stuff like that from there, and there's polar bears there. I took all sorts of pictures of Toronto Zoo, and really big zoo, honestly. It's a good zoo. Compared to Winnipeg Zoo, it's obviously bigger that I've gone to. So I've gone to 2 zoos, Winnipeg Zoo and then Toronto Zoo. Toronto Zoo is way much bigger, like I said. I never got around to seeing the pandas at the Toronto Zoo. Oh! Didn't even see that guy. We went around there. It was a long zoo, so we went in groups of 3 or 4 or 5 with our friends or groups we were supposed to be in, and searched around the zoo, and yeah, we did there, had a few snow cones, and yeah, fairly good amount of animals there, fairly good zoo. And then after that, I believe we went to the Eaton Center, Toronto Eaton Center, to go to the shopping mall and shop for things or whatever we wanted to shop for. And yeah, that's pretty much it for day 3. Ate some supper and then went back to hotel. And I'm going to tell you guys the next 3 days. This is going to be a part 3, so I'm going to tell you guys the next couple of days in my next episode. And that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. And as always, please remember to like my videos down below, comment down below, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mad Dog Gaming. As well, in the description box below will be my Twitch stream channel, which is Mad_Dog_Gaming31. And I hope you guys have a very good day.